last episode, we generated some cobblestone, which we processed all the way down into scoria and crushed that scoria for some lapis. We also set up a little tree farm and processed the logs into coal and then ink sacks, which we haunted into glow ink sacks. We took the lapis and the glow ink sacks and combined them both over some superheated blazes with liquid experience that we got from our emerald farm we built a couple of episodes ago to give us hyper experience. We pumped that hyper experience into other blaze burners, which we used to super enchant our gear. In this episode, we are going to be doing something really special with that super enchanted gear that I'm not going to tell you about just yet. You will find out later on in the episode. We do still have 2 blaze burners to fill up with a couple of enchantments. We need to figure out what we want those to be and then pick where we're going to put them and which tools we are going to enchant. Once we have that all figured out, I have a couple of maintenance tasks that I need to do around the world, such as decorate Ironreach Valley a little bit more and then start decorating the industrial district a little bit. So there's going to be a few housekeeping tasks to do in this episode before we get to the big major event. And before we get into that, I want to hop over to Ironreach Valley. But before we hop into that, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who has supported the series so far, and a big thank you to everybody who has been supporting the second full movie of the Create series, episodes 12 through 20. The support on it has been insane, and it's the first video that I got to add that we now have channel memberships. So channel memberships, for anybody who isn't aware, if you are either one of the 2 channel member tiers, or you are part of the second Patreon tier, link is in the description, you will get these videos moving forward 1 day early. There's also a couple other benefits listed in each, so if you wanted to check that out, feel free. Obviously, as always, no obligation whatsoever to do that. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. Now that all that is out of the way, we can start over in Ironreach Valley. So I wanted to decorate this place a little bit this episode because you can see we have some nice pathing around our workshop and we have a little bit of clutter down here. All of the buildings to me look fantastic, but what Ironreach Valley is lacking is decoration in the parts that aren't buildings. So there's not a lot of pathing or decoration around here. This is just a sort of flat cut off wall. That's just a mound of dirt. There's not a lot going on for Ironreach Valley right now, so I wanted to spruce it up a little bit and make it look a little bit more finished. But before we get onto any of that, what is going on in this room? There are so many mobs in there that I think we need to deal with this. So we need to open this door and kill all these mobs because that is, oh my goodness, look at all of them flooding out. That is insane. Where did they all come from? Look at the creepers especially. This is madness. How has this happened? My little mob farm has turned into, well, I mean, I suppose it's still a great mob farm. It's just in the wrong place. Let me deal with all these mobs and then we can see what's happened. We might need to just light that room up and make sure that no mobs can actually spawn in there because, yeah, this isn't good. How can... What? How did that even happen? Can creepers explode because of other mobs? That is insane and ridiculous. That is... no, that's not right. What just happened? And where are all these skeletons? What? What's happening? Okay, how are we doing? Not even close to being fine. That's insane. And now we have a pillager raid on top of our base. Okay, now that that's been taken care of, I think where I want to start is maybe next to the mob farm itself and get a little wall built up, so that we can stop this wall from looking so empty and bland, and then we can maybe get some paths along this wall, which can go round and then down onto the gravel. I think it would be quite cool to have a sort of hill path stepping down through the hill all the way down near the train tracks. So let's get that sorted and we can fill in the rest of this gravel as well. I think something like this works really well. I've done a little bit of texturing on the path as well. Just as you can see here, I've wanted to try and match the themes as much as possible between these 2 areas. And then I want to continue that round in this area as well. So I've done a little bit of prep for that. Added in a little staircase over here, which we are going to texture up as we go as well. And then I've also done a little bit of texturing outside train gravel pit. So the next thing I want to work on is our actual train terminal. Is that what it's called? Train station? It's, first of all, it's the wrong height, and then second of all, it just looks a little bit boring. I don't really like it. I prefer the one that we have over in the industrial district, and yeah, this one just isn't, it's not good. So we are going to overhaul this completely. We're going to get rid of it and we're going to build a totally new one in its place. But before we do any of that, I have one little housekeeping task that I really want to get done. I am so sick of having a diamond shovel. I miss my netherite shovel. I want it back. So we are going to go into the nether, get some more netherite, and then we are going to come back and make my shovel netherite again. So let's go ahead and do that. Perfect. Now that we are back from the nether with our netherite shovel, we can continue on with overhauling our train station in Ironreach Valley. So I think for that, I'm going to give you guys a little time lapse and we will see how we get on after that. And that was actually a really nice way to get everything built up and to get it finished. So I had a lot of fun building this platform. I had a lot of fun building the little hut on it. I don't know if any of you guys are going to remember, but way back in the day when we were still building out Ironreach Valley, I said I wanted a little ticket house on the platform here for anybody visiting to come and have a look, get their tickets, get ready, have a waiting area and everything like that. And I never ended up building it, and it made me really upset because I really thought it would be a cool addition to Ironreach Valley. So I'll give you guys a little walkthrough of everything that I've done. All the little texturing bits that you might have seen over some time lapses that I've done throughout this video. And we can just have a little walk through Ironreach Valley, and I'll go over what's left to be done over here. So obviously we have the platform. It has been lowered down to a much better level. And we have our little ticket house here. We have some texturing on the floor. And then if we go over here, we have the staircase down, which will lead us onto a little path that goes round our train track. And then we have a little bridge across the train track, so you don't have to walk on the tracks itself. Then we can go up here. I still need to do a little bit of stairs and some slabs on this bit, but that's fine. We can do that. We can walk all the way along here, and then we have this nice little path up above our mob farm. That takes us all the way out onto this path here, which leads us to our tree farm, and then back down to our house. We can go to our tree farm directly, or just to the processing part. Then we have another part over here, which leads us up a nice little staircase to our workshop, which you've all seen before. And this bit around the back of the workshop, you have all already seen. That takes us to our rail manufacturing building. So overall, that looks really nice from up here so far. If I just drop back down here, we also have a little staircase that leads down to this little path that separates and goes into our house and our storage area. And that is everything that's been done in Ironreach Valley so far. So there's still a little bit to do, specifically over in this area, and I want something to fill up this empty space in the middle here before we call Ironreach Valley done. It needs one little bit in the center here, and then it also needs this bit to be textured. So that's what I'm going to work on now, and I will show you what that looks like when it's done. But we do need a way up to the elevator, a way up to our processing plant and the path over to the iron farm, and a way to our andesite farm and our lava and slime farms. So I do really like how we have done Ironreach Valley so far. There's very little left to do before we can call this area fully complete, and we can move on to our next project of the day, which I am super excited for. And I think the next thing that I want to work on is just getting rid of a lot of this gravel in the center, and then just kind of roughing this inner bit up a little bit. So just adding in some extra texture and maybe turning most of it into some path and some coarse dirt and everything like we have for the paths around the edge, and just make it look a little bit more worn in and have the gravel be just underneath the actual rail itself, because that was what I intended initially. And then I don't know why I never followed up on that idea, because I still think it would be a really cool idea to have the gravel only underneath the actual rails. And I just overall think it's going to bring a bit of a more worked look to Ironreach Valley, and I quite like the tones of the path blocks and packed mud and coarse dirt and everything, so I like how it looks. We're gonna get rid of most of this gravel and then see what we can do about texturing up this middle bit. Make it look a little bit more worked on, add some clutter, and maybe get a little bit of a building in here. And now that we've finished the middle bit, I think this whole area just looks really cool, and finally really polished. So it looks like it's meant to be here, and it looks like it's been worked in and it's used often. So the last thing I want to add to the central part of Ironreach Valley is just a little building in the middle of our big turning circle for our train. So I don't know exactly what I want to do for the building, but I have an idea. I kind of just want a really simple little square building on some stilts. So very similar to our concrete factory, just a little bit smaller and a little bit more rustic sheet metal rundown kind of vibes. And I think I want it right about here-ish. So I'm just going to crack on and build that, and we will see how that ties in this area. And then I think while I'm doing that, I will just finish off this part of Ironreach Valley as well, and just get the paths and the staircases in to finish off the whole of Ironreach Valley so we can move on, do a tiny bit of decoration in the industrial district, and then we can move on to our big major project for today. Now with that done, everything in Ironreach Valley is looking so much better. I'm super happy with it, and I'm so glad that I came back and did this. I would have hated to leave this unfinished. It would have been horrific. So I'll give you a walk through Ironreach Valley so you can see everything that we have done since the last clip. So we're starting off up here by the tree farm, and we can walk down our staircase. You can see we built a little building in the middle of the train track there. We can walk down our little staircase and on to the main gravel path leading round our train tracks. We have a little building in here, and if we just quickly cross over the track, we can head on up and have a look inside. So this is a basic train controller room. So we have buttons for anything that needs to be, any lines that need to be switched or blocked or anything like that. We have some indicators on these shelves here. We have a little lever to be able to control stuff as well, a mechanical arm just in case it's needed, and some receivers for anything that the train wants to communicate to us, or if anything needs to be indicated. We have some storage over here for anything that the conductor might need, and we have some bits and bobs up on the shelf up there. And if we just continue round the train track over this side, we have a little bit of clutter, a broken train hull, an old unused train, and just some random bits and bobs that might have been left here to clutter an empty pallet that's been used. And if we just check that no trains are coming, we can cross over to our platform. Now over on our platform, we have blended this into the environment a little bit and added a staircase up the front here. This staircase takes us to our processing plant, our iron farm, and our andesite farm. We also have a little staircase over here which takes us further up to our elevator and round to our lava farm. We've continued the wall round the andesite farm, which I think looks really cool. I really like how this all turned out. And then just round here we have another staircase leading up to our slime farm. And from up here you can see a lot of Ironreach Valley through the gate. And if we just pop up onto the really tall part of our building up here, you can see that everything is tied super nicely together. Everything works and flows as if it were a real little self-contained village, and I think it looks really cool. I love it. I think the paths add so much, and the yellow color that they add to the general environment of the whole place, it looks so good. I really like it. I don't even think I can explain how much I enjoy Ironreach Valley looking like this. It's really cool to me. I think it's, yeah, I really like it. It's really cool. I have also made one small change to the elevator where I've changed the water wheels out for flywheels because I think they look a little bit cooler. And I've made sure they both spin the same direction because I wasn't really happy with the water wheels spinning in opposite directions. So I've sorted that out, and I'm really happy with how everything here has turned out. It looks really cool to me. And now that Ironreach Valley is done, I'm happy with how it's turned out. I think it looks really good. We can move on to the industrial district. So The industrial district, I don't want to do too much because I really want to get on to what we are doing today. However, there is a little bit that we need to do around the edges of the industrial district. You'll notice that we have a very, very clear divide of the edge, and half of our district is sort of just floating. So that is what I want to fix right now. So I brought a bunch of grass with me, and I just want to taper it off into the landscape a little bit, and then on these edges that trail the water, I might build a little bit of a wall or a pier or a dock, or I might just taper it down into the water. I haven't fully thought about that yet, but I feel like we can just think as we go. So I'm going to start along this end because it is a little bit easier, and I just want to get in a little ramp that leads down into the landscape and looks a little bit natural. I mean, even this bit looks a bit funky. It's very odd. I don't even know where this bit came from, but we're gonna get rid of it. Okay, now that we've got rid of this big stone platform, what we can do is just start working some dirt along the edge here. So I think what I want to do is try and follow the natural curve of the land kind of as much as possible. And I think that this type of curve kind of feels really natural to me when I think about the Minecraft terrain. So it works out well, and I think it is going to look really good. So if we bring this over a little bit more, something like this, and then obviously we can get rid of these sort of extra bits over here. And I think I want to replace most of this with either grass or sand as well. And I just want to make sure that it feels natural. It feels like actual Minecraft terrain. And I think something like this looks really good. I think once the immersive weathering mod takes over, it's going to fill this area with loads of grass and flowers. I think the last bit that I want to get rid of is just this bottom layer here, because I don't like the fact that it's stone. So I'm just going to make it dirt or grass, just so it's a little bit more uniform with the terrain that's around it, and will look a little bit better, I think. And then we're going to keep this layer as stone and all of these stones, because it kind of looks like a weird rock formation, especially with the moss on it. It looks interesting. I actually don't mind it too much, so we're just going to keep it. But I am going to cover up all the stone that is on this layer here, like that. And then we're just going to fill out a little bit more of the corners and some inside pieces, just like that. And then we'll fill out this corner as well, just like that. Perfect. So this side is looking a lot better. It's looking way more natural, and like this platform was here naturally, which is good because that is exactly what we want, or at least like it was paved over rather than excavated out like we did. But this is looking really good, so I'm super happy with it. Let's move on to the other sides, and then we can see how it all looks when it's done and everything is tapered into the ground properly. Okay, now that we have finished that all the way along the whole edge of the industrial district, everything is looking a lot more tidy. So with that done, the next thing I wanted to look at was filling in these last two blaze burners. So I've had a quick look at our armor, and we have pretty much every enchantment we're going to need for the rest of the series. Now, the issue with that is we have two blaze burners left that don't have anything. And realistically, there's only one more enchantment that we don't have that we could actually use. We have options like Frostwalker and different types of protection, but we already have standard protection on all of our gear, so it doesn't make sense to get any of those. Frostwalker doesn't really make any sense because we don't spend a lot of time walking over water. So obviously there's the curses, vanishing and binding. They're an option, but I don't see any reason to actually put them on anything. To me, that's just a little bit silly. So the only other enchantment that we actually have available to us that we don't have yet is Swift Sneak. Because we move very, very slow while we sneak. And having Swift Sneak could be really helpful for different types of building, for different types of sneaking around, for fighting. It can be used for so many things. And it can even be used for just traveling through the air when we're hovering with our jetpack, because we would still move a little bit quicker. So I think I want to add Swift Sneak into one of these blaze burners. Now, the only problem with Swift Sneak is there is only one place we can get it, and I don't really like where it is. So unfortunately, we're going to have to go there anyway because I do want Swift Sneak. I think it's going to be really helpful. And we haven't been to a deep dark yet, and it would be really cool to go. So we're going to go to the deep dark, and we are going to try and get some Swift Sneak. Now, the problem with that is that the deep dark has the warden. And the warden's a scary guy. The warden could probably kill us and end this entire world. That's not ideal. So what we are going to do is I am going to grab as much wool as I can, because I know wool stops some of the sound traveling from different things, and we are going to go down and try and find some Swift Sneak. Now, I don't know if my jetpack causes noise for the warden. I haven't had a chance to test it, so we're going to test that together. I'm going to jetpack around the deep and hope that I don't make any noise. If we set off a shrieker, I'm going to have to stop jetpacking, and it's going to be a very, very slow process. But I really want to find Swift Sneak. So we are going to go and try and find a big mountain and then dig underneath it until we find a deep dark. And to find the mountain that I'm looking for, I'm going to use Nature's Compass. So hopefully Nature's Compass is going to show us where we can find a mountain. I just need to try and figure out what the name of the mountain actually is, because I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if deep dark counts as a biome is the thing, because if it does, this could be so much easier. Oh, it does. Deep dark. Okay. We are just gonna, oh, we found a deep dark at 1,000 by 5,500. So, wow, we're only 600 blocks away. Okay. Well, let's head over to the deep dark and see what we can do. Hold on, I need to grab wool. Okay, with just over a stack of wool collected, I think we should be okay for getting Swift Sneak. So we are going to take our Nature's Compass, head on in the direction of the deep dark, and we are going to see where it leads us. So I think I just want to try and maybe go in as straight of a line as possible. So this should be a dead straight line, 400 blocks this way. Is that just underneath this big hill? It might be. We might just be underneath this big hill, which will be good. That would be good. At least that will make things easy. That's a really weird place for dripstone to spawn. This is a very odd place, but we have an entrance. So let's take a little dive. So we just got the achievement to locate a deep dark. However, I'm not in the deep dark yet, so I am not sure if we're going in the right direction. I mean, I would assume that we are. Diamonds are always nice. I would assume that we are. I wonder if we just need to go further down. We might be like right above it. Far away are we? 1 block. This block should be deep dark. I'm at, what? What? I've hit bedrock. How does that work? Okay, it must be further up then. Okay. Not as deep as I thought then. Okay. Oh, are we? Yeah, okay, we're back in the other tunnel. So we're 1 block away. So this is where we discovered it. So it must be directly above us then. Okay. Not above us, but then where can it be? We can't just bypass a deep dark. This doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna keep looking for this deep dark, but it has to be somewhere, surely. So unfortunately, we weren't able to find the deep dark. I spent so long trying to look for it, and it just wouldn't appear. So what we're gonna do instead is we are going to reset the finder, and then we are going to go somewhere far away, completely thousands and thousands of blocks away, and we're going to search for a different deep dark, and we're just going to go on a grand adventure until we end up finding one. So I'm going to grab a waystone so I can make my way back easily, and then we're just going to go to the furthest away waystone that I've unlocked, search for another deep dark, and see what it gives us. So I've come out to the red desert where we collected all of the red sand and terracotta for our tower build next to our airship a few episodes ago, and that is 22,000 blocks away from the last deep dark was located. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for a new deep dark, and we found one 1,000 blocks away in this direction. Okay, we are going to fly over in this direction and see if we can find this deep dark. And hopefully it will be easier to find and also a little bit more interesting than the last one, because the last one was just tunnels. It wasn't that great. So let's see what we can find in this direction. Apart from this freaky... it looks like one of those bugs from Fallout New Vegas. What were they called? Cadzors. It looks like a Cadzor. That's horrific. I don't like that at all. This is quite cool, though. I haven't seen a desert village. I like that. I'm going to keep flying though and see what we can find over in this direction. Okay, couldn't find it over there either. So I've searched for another one. I flew a couple thousand blocks away. We have one just behind us. Let's go and see if we can find this one instead. Okay. That's not good. Oh, I think we already set the warden off. At least we found a deep dark. Okay. I've managed to sneak in to the ancient city. And what is that? Oh, God. This isn't... Oh, this isn't good. I don't know where any of the shriekers are. Okay, we just have to try and take this slow. Because I think we only have one more screech before a warden actually spawns. So, we have to be super careful not to spawn a warden. Okay, I've just stuck myself in a little woolen prison so that I don't set anything off, and hopefully we don't. Okay, we got a swift sneak. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's what we need. We need a swift sneak. Ooh. The problem is trying to find a swift sneak 3, or at least another swift sneak 2. That's going to be a little bit more difficult. Unless we just destroy some of these shriekers, maybe? That could be an idea. Okay, I want to say this is the only other shrieker in the area. Which I think it was. Potentially. Let's just have it. Oh no, there's one there. Definitely need to get rid of this one. And thankfully my jetpack isn't setting anything off. Which is good. There is one there as well. We need to watch out for. I don't know if the warden spawned or not. I feel like I can hear him. I don't think he spawned. But we didn't find another swift sneak anyway, which isn't ideal. There's a lot of shriekers over there. We can't risk that. I think our next best bet is gonna be this one. Yep. Oh. Yep. Swift sneak 3. Oh, okay. Yes. And we got a free hoe. Okay, I'll take it. Some candles, some bones, thorns we don't need, and we can put Swift Sneak 2 back because we have a Swift Sneak 3. And now we can just leave. I don't think there's anything else in here that we want. I mean, we could go for the armor trim. But is that asking for trouble? And look at all the shriekers. It feels like it's asking for trouble. It's 2 shriekers back to back. It's not good. With so many sensors around as well. Let's just have a look for a chest that doesn't have many shriekers around. Like this one, for example. Ah, another Swift Snakes 3. Okay, I'll take that. Some echo shards. I don't really need that. A couple of enchanted golden apples. I'll take them. Potion of regeneration. Sure. Take them just in case. Okay, I decided to just take what I got and leave. So I have 2 Swift Sneak 3 books, 13 other side, and enough disc fragments to make number 5. A couple of enchanted golden apples and some regeneration potions. So nothing too major, thankfully. And also, we didn't die, which is the main thing. So we are going to go over to our enchantment industry and we are going to add Swift Sneak onto our leggings. So we have Swift Sneak 4 added on to this blaze burner now. And if we give him our leggings, he should enchant that all up with some Swift Sneak 4. So this is our current walking speed without Swift Sneak. So we're pretty slow. So let's see what happens if we put on Swift Sneak. Oh, this is so much better. This is so much faster. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, so we have one more blaze burner to fill. We need to think about what we want to put on those. And I think I want it to be a tool enchantment. So we have a bunch of tools on us, and they're all pretty much as good as you can get. Our sword has knockback, unbreaking, sharpness, looting, sweeping edge, and mending. Our axe has efficiency, mending, unbreaking, and silk touch. We have a pickaxe with efficiency 5, or efficiency 6, silk touch on our shovel, and fortune 3 on our hoe. So there is one enchantment that we don't have upgraded. We also haven't put full unbreaking or efficiency on the hoe, but there is one enchantment that we don't have yet, and it's fortune. So I think we should fill this last blaze burner with fortune 4, and we should just put it on a few things. Okay, now that we have returned with our fortune 3 enchantment guide, we can pop this on our little guy, get him filled up with some hyper experience, and we can put fortune 4 on our hoe. Now, I don't think there's any other tools that I really want to put fortune 4 on. I just kind of wanted to fill the slot, and I thought it would be beneficial to have it all filled. I thought it would look quite cool, and I think it does. Without the missing spots and all of them being filled, it does actually look really cool. We do have fortune 4 on our hoe, which means we can harvest crops or anything a little bit better. I mean, hoes aren't all that useful with fortune, but they're really good if you want to do some manual farming or anything. And now that we have all of these filled, I think we can move on to our main objective for the day, which is going to require a little bit of setup and then a lot of adventuring, because we are probably going to need to travel quite far. And I don't want to use a nature's compass for this. I want to do it the correct way and make sure that we do everything about this legit, because I think it's going to be a really fun adventure and I don't want to miss out on any part of it. And it's something that I've never done in a solo world before, let alone a hardcore world. So it's very exciting, but it's also very nerve-wracking because it could mean the end of the season before we complete this objective, which is not what I want to happen. I really want to get this done. I think it will be really fun. I think it will be a great way. I think it will be a great thing to do together, and I'm just looking forward to it. It's going to be really fun. So we are going to go and have a look for some things that we need to set this up, and then we are going to get started on our little adventure. Let's go. And now that we've done a little bit of preparation, a little bit of stocking up, you can see that I have something in my inventory that might give you an idea of what we're going to be working on today. So this is actually super exciting. I've never done this before, but we are going to go and find the end portal and fight the dragon. I'm super excited. I can't wait. This is going to be good. So I think we are just going to start from the industrial district and see where it starts to take us. So if I throw a pearl, maybe this way? And then, oh, okay. So we're going this way. What is this pointing towards? Okay, it's uncharted territory. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's keep going. So I think we should just keep going and see where this gets us. So we're heading in this direction. We'll run for a little bit, maybe fly over any water, and then see if we can figure out where to go. I think we might need to find a tree somewhere, so we might head over this way, because it looks like we're heading over some water, which is going to be exciting. But let's get a little time lapse going, and I will see you guys when we get there. Okay, so you guys just saw the Eye of Ender took us all the way over to that piece of land behind me, and then it started taking us back the way we came. So we knew it was somewhere in between there, and then you saw that the Ender Pearl took us a little bit to the right, and now this one is taking us back the way we came. So we are somewhere in this sort of chunk area. That is where our fortress is going to be. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to probably just pick somewhere and start digging down, I guess. Or there seems to be a little cave here, so let's just go down here. See what we have. I probably should have brought a door so that I could get some air, but we have respiration 4, so we actually should be fine. I just don't know how deep down we need to go. But we're just going to explore down here, see if we can find it, and hopefully we'll find it fairly quickly. So let's just continue in this cave here and see if we can find anything. Is it usually on deep slate level, or is it usually on a stone kind of level? I'm never 100% sure. I never know how deep to go to find the fortress, but oh, I just heard silverfish. So that means we're close, right? I swear I just heard a silverfish. I'm just surprised it was that close. Oh, I hear mobs. Silverfish! There was definitely a silverfish. Was it above or was it below? Okay, I'm going to keep digging and I will let you guys know if I find anything. Oh, well, this is interesting. We have a mine shaft. It's not quite what we're looking for, but at least it's something. Let's see, do we see anything in here? Just looking for stone bricks, ideally. But, oh, diamond. I'll take that. Name tag, sure. And some kind of rare diamonds. That's good. I like those. I think I'll keep those. I've been crushing a lot of these up, and it's probably a mistake, because I know that those type of diamonds are quite rare now. With the Caves and Cliffs update, they kind of got rid of the normal stone diamonds. So, I mean, I know that's been around for a while now, but it's just interesting. I haven't seen that in a long time. Oh, I'm getting a lot of skeletons. A lot of limestone, which could be a good sign. I don't know. Oh, we have a geode here, or maybe not. Maybe it's just because there's limestone. Still haven't managed to find this fortress, though. I'm going to keep looking. I'll let you guys know if I find anything. I'll check back in. Oh, we broke in. Okay, we're in. We found it. I've located the stronghold. Stronghold, that's what it's called, not fortress. That's in the nether. Get rid of this door. Now we just need to find the actual room itself, the one with the nether portal in it. But I always like checking out the library. The library is a nice place. Is there anything interesting in here? There's usually some fun stuff in these chests. We got straddle jump. Oh, the eye armor trim. That's a good one. Backstabbing. Power 4. I don't really need any of this stuff. Let's just keep looking for the stronghold room. At least we got the eye armor trim. I've never had that one before. So that's good. Hey, here we go. We found it. Okay, lovely. Right, let's fill in the lava. Why was it making that noise? That was really weird. Okay, I don't really know why it was doing that, but that is fine. I don't have a way home. So, wow, whoa, we got an ender portal that has no end. Whoa, I've never seen this before. I'm glad I made extra, but I know it's possible, but it just seems so unlikely. I never thought I would actually see an end portal with no Eyes of Ender in it. That's so bizarre. Okay, let's put everything in our backpack, and then I know we're never gonna come back here, so I'm not gonna leave anything here. We can put our sleeping bag away because we can't use it in the end anyway. We'll just die. This is very, very, very scary. This is going to be the most difficult challenge I think we will have ever done. The Ender Dragon is a big moment for Worlds. This is technically the end of the game. This is completing Minecraft. This is insane. I'm actually so scared. I really don't want to lose this world. I really don't want to die. And I'm not gonna lie, the end freaks me out quite a lot. So I guess we're just gonna have to do it. I've got some golden apples. So I've got some regeneration and resistance. I'm gonna pop an enchanted golden apple as soon as we get in. And then I have normal golden apples for just in case I need it. I'm gonna load up some spectral arrows because they do a little bit more damage. I've got a really good bow. I've got a really good sword. And I've got really solid armor. And a jetpack, so I don't need to worry about falling, which is nice. So, okay. Let's do this. Actually, I'm not going to load up the spectral arrows yet. I'm going to load up normal arrows so I can take out the crystals. Then we'll do spectral arrows on the actual dragon itself. Ooh, okay. I think we're prepared. Let's just jump in and do it. Oh, that's scary stuff. Okay, we have everything. We're good to go. Let's do this. We have our trophy to collect. Yes! We got the dragon egg. Okay, we have our trophy. We have everything. Did we get a gateway? I don't know if we got a gateway. Maybe we did and I just can't see it. Oh, we did. We did. It's over there. Whew. That was... Wow. That was crazy. I can't believe we just fought the dragon. Oh, that was so cool. I loved it. It's so much easier doing it on a jetpack. I almost feel bad for doing that, but it was so much fun. I really had a good time doing that. It was really, really fun. I'm shocked that we handled it so well. Thankfully, we had the golden apples and the spectral arrows. They made it so much easier. And dogfighting the dragon in the air, great. Just great fun. Absolutely so much fun. I really enjoyed that. That was incredible. I am so excited that we finally get to see the end credits. It's been so much fun working up to this point. And I've had this in my mind for a while of doing this challenge, like fighting the Ender Dragon in the Create world, and I've been so worried that it would kill me and I would lose the world forever. But I came into this particular fight kind of almost not minding that might happen because I thought it would be fun regardless. And it's been so good building up to get in the enchanting industry and our XP farms and everything so that we can do all of this and get ourselves kitted up for this. Having the netherite armor, having the industrial district to make us all of our metals and our brass and everything, getting everything done, finishing off Ironreach Valley. It's been great. I have really enjoyed this whole journey, especially the last few weeks on the world. It's been so much fun, and I think I've learned a lot about how I work on Minecraft, and it's been really good. So, yeah. I'll see you guys when we get back to Ironreach Valley. We'll put up our trophy, and then I have a few final things to say before we finish off this episode. But I just wanted to give you guys that little chat while the credits are rolling to tell you guys how excited I am about the fact that we finished this. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute. And we're back in Ironreach Valley. We spawned back in our beautiful home that we built all those episodes ago. I think almost over a full year ago now we built this house, which is just insane to me. Like, time has absolutely flown. And there were so many things that I wanted to do in Ironreach Valley before we moved to the industrial district, but it felt like it was time to move on. And the industrial district turned out so well for how it is so far. And yeah, I just really like it. And I thought we can pop our trophy down just here in our bedroom so that whenever we wake up, we'll know that we completed Minecraft, we killed the Ender Dragon, and we got everything done that we wanted to do. So now that that's over with and we have placed our trophy in, we are back in the beautiful Ironreach Valley. It actually went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to, and also it was a little bit easier than I thought it was going to be. But I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching this episode. You guys have been amazing, as always. If you enjoyed, if you want to hit the like and subscribe for more episodes, that would be amazing. And obviously, if you want to, feel free to subscribe to the Patreon down below. Feel absolutely no obligation, but Patreon members of the second tier and up get episodes 24 hours early, along with channel members. So if that's something that interests you as well, feel free to click the button, but feel no obligation to. There's no need for you to. If you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. But there is one last thing I wanted to say to everybody, and it is just thank you guys for sticking with me on this journey through Create Season 2. I know Season 1 was super, super short and it died before its time, but Season 2 has been so much fun. We've had some breaks, ups, downs, struggles, but it's been incredible. However, with that being said, I think it is time to let this world go. I know there's a lot left in this world that can be done. There's a lot more that can be built. There's a lot more that can be discovered. There's a lot more factories that can be producing. But it's time for me to take that into a new world with the new Create update, Create 6.0.1. Create 6. We're currently running Create 5 in Minecraft 1.20. It's time to move up to 1.21. And unfortunately, I won't be able to take this world with me because a lot of mod mismatches. But I'm super excited to let you guys know that the next episode of Create is going to be the start of the Create Season 3 world. We're going to have a lot of changes. We're going to have a lot of new things, new places, new faces, new ideas. But I'm super excited for it. I hope you guys are too. Thank you guys so much for helping me throughout Create Season 2. Thank you guys so much for enjoying Season 2 as much as you have and the support that you've shown me over the last couple of years. It's been incredible. I can't wait to see you guys over there. Peace out. And for anybody who ever sticks around for these little end bits that I do, this world will be available for download in the description. It's also available through the Patreon, but you can get it totally for free. There are world downloads throughout a series that you need to be subscribed for, but at the end of the series, the world is just going to be free. So have a look in the description. Make this world your own and enjoy.